no veas, a Sevilla. Y al último que cuando ya salió la bien de regla.
It is Saturday on Raid Shadow Legends, but you knew that. And today we have a lot to catch up on, because I have not been around for a fair while. Nothing bad happened to me, I just didn't have anything to talk or upload about regarding this game, because as you can probably tell regarding that absurd energy count I have, and you know, the gems and sacred shards are some indication either, but I've probably not been doing a whole lot. And that's right, I haven't. I've been running my clan bosses, some are weeklies, some are monthlies, the bare minimums, and kind of past that, because if I'm not too interested in something, then I'm just not going to do it. Instead of just sitting around and going for anyway and complaining about it all, and no one wants to see that. Okay, so we have the Corrupted Coalition event, which I have made some headway regarding. Not a whole lot, so sort of, sure, I've got Valorant, I think he's okay, but I'll probably just do this in a way. Talena I've got sitting in the portal as fragments. I opened some Eternals for her. I got nothing of interest, so I did record it but decided not to upload it because it didn't really have any kind of interesting reaction. Haggibah, I skipped her fusion. Varkos we are going to be trying to get today. You can tell there was someone on one sitting. And the Devious path for Varkos is somewhat linear. You get one key to start with, and that goes all the way down to the champion himself. Now, I've not really looked through this apart from knowing that it's going to be like 38 sacreds maybe. Okay, so 60,000, 72, 80, 85. Okay, let's call it 20 sacreds. Then I guess we need the two keys. Okay, 50, 70, so 80. Okay, so that's another, yeah, let's call it 38 sacreds. So what else have I missed or not missed? So I skipped the Haggibah fusion because I don't think I'm going to use her. What is on the progressive chance here? Okay, so it's Haggibah, Talena, I already have her. Mighty Yuko, I don't even know who that is. I think he's Argonites, and that's the mini Armans. So first off, let me just check this champion for, okay, this one here, right? Okay, movers and buffs on him is is that debuff spread? Okay, so he's okay. So anyway, how good is Varkos Headsplitter? He's good. I wouldn't say he's top meta, but for someone like myself who kind of wants something new to play with, new to try with, a guaranteed Varkos plus a 5-star, I'll give him a go. So his A1, attacks twice, ignores unkillable, good against like swift parry, etc. You still see that. When counter-attacking, attacks 3 times. Attacks only 2 times, ignore block damage and shield. I mean, there's lots of block damage around. And whenever he teams with an ally to attack enemy, then he will use that to 3 times. So like, when the counter-attack one for that. Then increase defense, counter-attack, and shatter for 3 turns. Extra turns so he can buff up and then hit with this or this, depending on what they have. And his passive has a 15% chance of joining the tag, increased to 25% when it's from Dark Elves, so I guess Mavara. And enemies killed by the champion when they counter-attack or ally attack are permadeathed. And his stats are kind of like fine, I guess. I've seen better, I've seen worse. Is he going to be someone I'm going to be picking every single game until the end of time, like Praetor or Nace? Probably not. Will I pick him a few times anyway? I probably will. And besides, Dark Elves is kind of a wonky faction, so I need whatever help I can get in that regard. Okay, so have I missed anything else? I don't think I have. Check this. Okay. They're not super raids. Okay, hold on 1 second. Where am I on this? Okay, cash leading. Just so it looks like I'm doing something. Multi-battle. And then we go to Sacred Shards. Now again, it is base rate, so 6% for Legendary, 94% for Epic. And do I... behave? I can see it because I've got it on the part of mine when it's doing that. 94% chance of Epic. Do I care about the vast majority of legendaries in the Sacred Shard pool? Probably not. Would it be nice to be jump scared by someone that I don't have, that I may slightly have use for? Of course, but law of averages, we're going to see 2, maybe 3 legendaries at the most. Like, even if I put Haggibah and I guess this turtle on progressive, then it's like a 6% chance of getting her because of the amount of legendaries in the pool. Oh, I just knocked that off entirely. Hold on. Okay, let's try that again, because technology is a bit temperamental at times. There's a case of sometimes you give it a knock and it works, and sometimes it just knocks off entirely, made a problem worse. Congratulations, you're a dumbass. Okay, so what we'll do is, first off, we will open like 18 of them and go for the soul first, in case on the absurdly low chance that Varkos shows up out of a shard, which is not going to happen, but random is random. Then we can just get the soul and call it that. But right, let's get cracking, shall we? In terms of cracking, we're cracking with shards, so I'll very quickly review each epic I get for the one newish player who's watching this for some reason. I don't really know why. But alright, let's begin. I have no idea where I'm at my pity. So first off, Thane, good single target attacker, very good for progressing Demon Lord with the Manita unkillable comms. Past that, she is extremely squishy and will die to everything ever, so that's pretty much her only use. Next is the larger. I see some people using them. I can't tell if it's champion male or female, for like Scarab King soloing because of the A1 poisons plus the fact that they can shield. Or otherwise, like early on Lizardman, but past that, most just waste your time in Cursed City by running back and forth to counter attack. Both are sharp on. I don't really see this champion much anywhere. Kind of like some buffs, some debuffs. They kind of look cool, but I can't really recommend them as the first choice anywhere in the game. Ultimate Galak, got him for free at some point. He's my most hated epic in the game because he can never guarantee the HP burn. It's always like 50% chance like that. I've always had an axe to grind with him. I mean, he's got 2 axes, so I think he does better in that regard. Next, epic. Told you. Glapo Recluse. He's the one that I put on progressive, so he's a heal support, increased resistance, a revive with 2 turn unkillable, which is pretty good. And last siege went against a Russian clan that had a +4 6-star abyss in an epic post alongside some others, and we couldn't find a way around it, but it was fine because we were tanking that week anyway because we were a bit too high up. Anyway, I think he's alright. Luthia, very old epic, also has a blatant lie in her A1. Burning Arrow doesn't burn. Good job. I mean, if you didn't fix it 6 years ago, we're not going to fix it now, so... Broodlord, not to be confused with anything from StarCraft, has a Provoke if they're under decreased speed. The decreased speed comes from... where? Well, whenever on ally protection, the decreased speed. If on the decreased speed, you can provoke with it. It's like, there's more rules and clauses to this champion than an episode of Golden Balls. Bonus points of reference. Karam. I mean, it's moving on. Soul Drinker, Walter McCarberry's gain. He has bombs, and he has more bombs and ways to detonate bombs. And if you need bombs at one stage in hard mode of action wars, then he's your champion. Probably. Shazara and Commodus are better. Yeah, just get Commodus. Like, what's the issue? Right, legendary. Who is it going to be? And it's his old fusion legendary, who was apparently weak until, via a completely impartial source, they were wrong, and he smacks, and actually, no, he really doesn't. He's another go nowhere green HP nuker, and I'm not sure, is that my second one or my first one? Let's check. Oh, that's my first one, okay. Anyway, something fusion 10x. I mean, he's new, so he's better than myself getting a third of something else in a way. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that. I think this was an old fusion epic, and okay, so they do some damage and conditional extra bit of accuracy, 50 of it, great, okay. If you want a Sylvan attack epic, then just use Mr. Adaifi. Ultimate Gallet, got him once already. He's just unreliable as the first copy that we got. Let's hope we don't see him a third time. If we do, then I will be mostly indifferent. Cormac the High Peak, another attack epic for Sylvan Watchers that isn't called Mr. Adaifi. It's even got, increased accuracy, increased 8%, but like I say. Adaifi stocks have not diminished any time recently. Ondulf, great big guy who's straight out of some kind of like medieval thriller. He's got a 30% chance to provoke. Yeah, okay, so yeah, that's as high as it goes. Then he has Weaken and Fear, also on a 25% chance. He's not fond of doing things reliably. And then he has Reflect Damage on all allies, Counter Attack on himself on a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, he's not fantastic. Next epic is Aox Rememberer. Now this one I kind of like. You have Poisons on the A1, Decreased Attack on the A3, a Heal on the A2, and then Debuff Extension on the passive. I have them in Regen and Immortal. I use them for Scarab King on the Curse City rotations where I'm required to sit through that nonsense. And yeah, they don't disappoint. They're also decent in Iron Twins a few times I used them, but nowadays I can just kind of like one-shot it, so. But yeah, Aox is not bad. You probably don't need a 6-star them, just have them like 5-star tanky. Sepulchre Sentinel, everyone uses her at first because she has a decreased attack on a decent chance, increased defense and block debuffs for 2 turns. This passive, which half the time will completely stop the damage from when Demon Lord goes right on one of your champions, and yeah, she is not bad. Skin looks kind of weird, but like I said, this was like back in like 2020 raid when we didn't have too great art direction. Sachi, champion for Gunas, as they say. AoE, single target. I use her for Soul Cross 21 rotation, which is like Shadowkin Force, and have her in my best damage gear with Lady Mikage, and then this passive, which I don't think I've ever quite used, but I'm pretty sure that they nerf this champion at some point, but in 2 ways that are not the conventional methods. Okay. Next shot. Excruciator, Crew Traxer, except not Crew Traxer. She can potentially permadeath someone with this A1, but I don't think she hits particularly hard, and you probably got much better options in terms of whatever you'd want to do. I mean, the skin looks kind of cool, but doesn't even have a story for why she looks like Crew Traxer. Next shot. And now for turtles, I've got him on progressive chance, so he'll show up a few times. This is 20 now, isn't it? Okay, so... Okay, another statue, just like the first, and... Let's keep going. I'd cut to go buy some things from the path, but let's just go all the way to the... like, 38 was it? Okay. Trumbo, definitely a very fancy looking skin. Looks more legendary than half legendaries in the game. Attacks 2 times. Weaken and Leech, which is not bad. good name there. Enemies, a bit of a cleanse. Like, you could try and make this do damage, but it's probably not going to. And then ally protection, increased defense. Ease seems serviceable enough. You could do worse. Next legendary is... that is my third Duchess. Duchess is still situationally very strong. Shield is fine, sort of block debuffs, increase attack, and Veil and everyone with 2 turns and 4 turn cooldown. Then Revive. Revive is not that great nowadays. Revive with no turn meter, but it does give them pretty good HP and also an extra heal, and the passive, which is DR against AoE attack, which is very good against like Marias and co. Like, one of my often siege attacks I use against the Marias comps is just both the Duchess, Volcanos, Mercurial Stock, and then one other of my choice, and just burn them all down while not taking much damage in return. Okay, next shot. I could just like empower Duchess +2 at this point because my faction guide is already finished, but that's probably not going to achieve much, and one day they might make a new limited champion who is empowered by Duchess, and might feel quite silly. Okay, so Steel Skull, used back in the day as an okayish poise for the Skinwalkers, still kind of decent enough in terms of heal, cleanse, etc. So before we play no more shards, there's 2 things I want to show you. So first off, it's going to be Steel Skull in terms of champion stealth. So go speed stat here, 111. This pig has 111 speed. Now we're going to go all the way to High Elves for Arbiter. Arbiter is 110 speed. Arbiter is slower than a pig. I mean, pigs can run quite fast if they want to, but I mean, I'm pretty sure she can like transcend through time and space completely on demand, so I'm not sure what's happening there. I mean, sure, that'd give her about a 5,000 speed, and that'd be a bit imbalanced. So, and the other one I want to show you regarding Empowerment's limited time champions is Bayek is empowered by Usuga Warcaller, and many people have an empowered Usuga that they don't use anymore, and as a result they are not happy about it, so they kind of review bombed her. Sure, she is a bit of an old champion nowadays, but to say that she's worse than a lot of like random epics is a bit false. So yeah, that's why nowadays I'm very hesitant to empower any champion, because there might be a better use of them in time. Anyway, back to opening Sacred Shards. So we're at 25x for Haggibah the Nestmaid so far, which gives about a 10% chance of getting her this way. So Priest Orm, he's got all poisons, poison sensitivity, and ways to grow his HP and defense. He got nerfed on pre-release because apparently he was a bit too good at clearing Ice Golem 25, which is now entirely irrelevant because hard mode Ice Golem is immune to poison, so they could have reverted him, but they just chose to keep him in the dumpster, relatively speaking, so that's a bit of a shame. Next is Tagoa with the magic stick. I have him for hard mode Orc Faction Wars in Bolster, just as a healer, revive, etc. because I don't have anyone better. Again, he looks kind of cool. Lots of the Orc epics do. They kind of like take the roll away from the legendaries. Like some legendaries are just like recolors, otherwise just don't look particularly great. And we have Yellow Gunner, who is another Orc epic who definitely does not look as good as the last one. Because like, okay, I've got candles on my head and 1,000 yards there, and I suppose I do damage, but at the same time probably not that much of it. And next shot. Eolfrig. He is definitely not the main character of the adventure, or he might be the main character, but he's level 1 and he's got a lot of rats to kill and buckets of water to deliver, and eventually he goes on to kill God, but until then his best use is simply just level him to 50 and then sacrifice him to fuse Lady Makage. Right, next epic. Master Fearmonger, legally distinct Jason Voorhees. The only thing terrifying about him is the amount of disappointment he causes as you try to get him to do any kind of damage at all. And Taste of Despair. Yeah, that is what happens when you summon him if you really have nothing else going on in your life. Okay, next shot. Deathless, who is conspicuously able to be killed with no immunity to block revive because she has no passive at all. And yeah, you don't even need me to say anything about this, you can just tell the champion. It's kind of like, if you've not seen her once in the last 6 years of playing, you definitely want to see her now. Burgoth Malformed, he was this fusion epic, not like you fuse him to fuse legendary, but like heals for fusion himself, and no bothered with him. He's kind of like the beta test for Vogoth, who now has a 50% heal on this, and past that, I feel like this is a bit of a over dramatic name for what is just I attack an enemy and I maybe put to heal myself for one turn, like I'm Nightmare Juggernaut. I'm scary. Like, yeah, sure, we all have delusions of grandeur like that. I think the last time I saw anyone who had to say anything delusional on camera was regarding Kitchen Nightmares, where a chef who was serving frozen food was like, hey, say something delusional to the camera right now. It's like, oh, my food is great, it's fresh, it's healthy, it's good. It's like, yeah, sure, buddy. Reality TV. Anyway, next shot. We're 13 so far. Have we gotten anything even slightly useful? Have we fucking ass? Did we expect to? Not really. Missionary. He has a 35% chance to stun, and he can provoke them for one turn, and yeah, not much to say on that one. Next epic is Finazzle. I like him a day. I kind of liked him. Chance of Sleep was alright. He's got this increased defense and a heal, which was pretty good. This could have done with being a couple of turns short of cooldown, but he is a 2020 champion, so yeah. Right, next shot. Hexia. Single target damage dealer. Apparently situationally good in one stage of Cursed City in one rotation only. but you probably have other options in a way than just 6-starring some nobody like this for no good reason. Captain Tamilia, again, a support champion who also requires to have crit in order for a 1 to put a heal on her 50% of the time. Yeah, champion design back in the day was not that great, was it now? There's a reason why they've reworked half of them. Okay, next is a hippo. He's got a double hit that has a 30% chance of stun each hit, not terrible. Increased attack, increased crit rate. A revive with... Revive's not terrible, 5-turn cooldown, but okay, yeah, we're open 35, so after 2 more shards we will call it and then crack open the entire path, more or less. Okay. Grunch Killjoy. He was released one Christmas once, you know, like Grunch, Grinch, block buffs, a bomb. He only places 1 bomb, so if you're trying to use this guy for the bomb stage in hard mode faction wars, give up. And then he has a cleanse, and yeah, I mean, he's not going to place many bombs in the first place, so yep, okay. Last shard, what's it going to be? The answer is a turtle. Okay, well, we've covered him already. For those who zoned out, then he's a decent-ish healer, reviver with pretty decent tank stats from what I can imagine, and yeah, he's also huge. He's even bigger than Chris the Ageless. Okay, so ultimate discount pack, like ultimate disappointment pack, am I right? And let's go through this now. We have 167,000. So for this, make sure I'm doing this right. Take the soul stone. Take this. You get 1 key for free. Take that. Unlock the champion. And now we have to go around all the way to the other side. I think we do, yeah. Take these, take this. We're missing a key. Okay, I guess tactical for 2k then. Good on you. Right, that. Take that, and... Oh, okay. Well, I guess it is more than, isn't it? Right, so... Okay, so it's 40 sacreds, not 37. Right, guess we're opening 3 more than, aren't we? I mean, do I really care that much? The answer is probably not. Otherwise, I'd have probably bellied about it. Catacomb Counselor. He's not an ally attack. If you're desperate for an ally attack in mid hordes, then he's your guy. Look, he really does not do a whole lot. Next one is... Okay, Rock Breaker. He has a full provoke that doesn't place a hit, so can't be hit, and a 3-turn cooldown. Past that, he doesn't really do a whole lot, but if you need a provoke, then he's not bad. Definitely early game is usable. And the last shot is a legendary, and that is Countess Lix. And I think she is new for me. Now, Countess Lix, if you have a Chrono Cube, is actually kind of hidden OP. She has a triple hitter here, so this will break all any mercurial stacks, and then you can use this, which puts block actives on them. So they can't use active skills, their mythicals can't outform, and you also have this cooldown reduction, which you're probably wasting because she's probably the fastest on the team. And past that, she doesn't do a whole lot, but if all I need her to do is strip mercurial and then block actives, then yeah, she does a good job. She also pairs with Ashlon, but Ashlon's a bit of an old champ nowadays, and they're different factions, so it's kind of hard to use them in the same place, like, you know, siege posts. But I suppose it's like blue or attack, maybe, but even then, you're probably going to just get destroyed by mythicals, so, yeah. Okay, so that is 40 sacreds, 3 legendaries, which is about as to be expected. Right, that's a 5-star for Varkos. And is there anything else I can possibly buy with my money? The answer is not, so I'll just get these core hammers and I'll let the rest transform to silver. Tell you what, how much is this? An avatar. Okay. You know what? One more. I'll get the avatar just for the sake of it. Yeah, I can't imagine it's very good. Okay. Okay, so by that. And now we have a Varkos avatar that we're probably never going to use because I prefer the avatar of the Evil Skeletor. But now we have it. Actually, I suppose if I'm going to be playing with Varkos, I could change to that because, after all, we're not going to pick him the Evil Skeletor now, are we? Okay, so that is basically the end of the video. I've donated 41 Sacred Shards. Am I going to miss them? Probably not. I'm going to level Varkos now. Is a champ training tournament? There is. Is anything good? All of the usual. Yeah, I suppose I'll level him and I might get back to you in a couple of days or so and play some off-season live arena bangers, which will be the first time I've played live arena in a few months. As you can tell, I've been dicking for quite some time. I didn't bother last season, didn't bother the season before that. I mean, I don't know what I'm meant to do against champions like Tection, Sabriel, Bayek, etc. So I'm a bit demotivated to try. But yep, that is us done. Sure, this is a bit experimental. I've not done this sort of thing in ages. I'm out of practice. Was never good in the first place. But I'll let you go. So that's everything, and see ya.